Ablazify presents How to Get Inspired by Everyday People Who Surrounds Us. We spend so much time looking up. We look to the billionaires, the rock stars, the GOATs, for inspiration. We binge-watch documentaries about them. But here's the thing, they are too far away. Their challenges? Not your challenges. Their success? It feels like fiction. Are you tired of that feeling? That distance? I'm going to tell you a secret. The real, immediate, and most powerful inspiration is sitting right beside you. Maybe they are standing on your subway platform. Maybe they are waiting in line at the grocery store. It's time to stop chasing celebrity motivation and start finding everyday brilliance. In the next 8 to 10 minutes, we are going to change your focus. We are going to provide you with the key to seeing the world, and your own life, with renewed wonder and purpose. This isn't about ignoring the stars. It's about appreciating the light right here on Earth. This is how critical this shift is. When you master this, you unlock a limitless, free, and constantly available source of motivation. That's the transformation you should expect, turning your immediate world into a daily inspiration board. What happens when we only seek inspiration at the extreme edges? We feel inadequate. We see the final product, the CEO, the champion, but not the thousands of hours of grinding work. That gap makes us feel like failures before we even start. We ignore the heroism of the mundane. We scroll past the single parent working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. We overlook the colleague who handles a crisis with quiet grace. And the cost? We miss out on immediately relatable blueprints for success. We feel isolated. We think our small, daily wins aren't worth celebrating, because they're not viral successes. Just imagine, think about your daily commute. Instead of seeing a sea of stressed-out faces, you see warriors. You see the father who gets up at 4 a.m. to build his dream. You see the grandmother who just finished her degree online. Every interaction, every fleeting moment, becomes a source of quiet strength. You recognize the courage it takes just to show up. This deepens your compassion, yes, but it also fuels your fire. You realize that if they can tackle that hurdle, the debt, the illness, the crushing deadline, then your own challenge is completely manageable. You live in a world filled with accessible heroes. The following recommendations propose an effective solution to the problem identified. 1. Practice the 5-minute observer. We need to stop scrolling and start observing. Allocate 5 minutes a day, maybe while you're waiting for coffee or sitting on a bench, and just watch. Look for non-verbal cues of inspiration. The person who holds the door for the 10th time. The way a couple communicates a minor setback with total respect. Look for signs of quiet discipline and resilience. Don't judge, just collect data. This trains your brain to filter out negativity and actively seek out the good, creating a habit of positive environmental scanning. 2. Ask the how did you do that? Question. Stop asking surface-level questions like, how was your weekend? Start asking questions that unlock stories of struggle and triumph. When a colleague solves a problem, don't just say, good job. Ask, what was the toughest moment in solving that, and how did you push past it? When a neighbor seems relentlessly positive, ask, what is your trick for starting your day on the right foot? By focusing on the process of their minor victories, you collect actionable steps for your own life. 3. Look for unsung consistency. Inspiration doesn't always roar, sometimes it whispers. Look for the person who is consistently, quietly, and effectively showing up every day. The janitor who meticulously cleans the same floor. The friend who makes sure they read for 30 minutes every night. This isn't glamour, but it's the real engine of success. Recognize that consistency is the superpower of everyday people. Identify one person whose steady discipline you admire, and try to mimic their small, daily habit for 1 week. 4. Reframe mundane tasks as mini challenges. The person who inspires you is often the one who handles the boring stuff well. The person who manages their budget perfectly or is never late for an appointment. Instead of dreading your mundane tasks, like folding laundry or organizing your receipts, reframe them as small tests of your discipline. Your goal is to approach them with the same quiet efficiency you admire in others. By conquering the small boring battles, you build the internal muscle required for the big, exciting ones. 5. Create an everyday hero log. Just like your wins file, start an everyday hero log. Don't write down things you see on the news. Write down moments you witnessed firsthand. 10/25, Sarah handled the customer complaint with incredible patience, even though she was clearly tired. 10/26. Saw a kid help an older man pick up his dropped groceries without being asked. This creates a documented library of achievable inspiration. When you doubt humanity, or your own ability, review your log. 6. Embrace the concept of shared struggle. The most powerful inspiration often comes from realizing you are not alone. When a friend admits they are struggling with motivation, or a colleague talks about their anxiety, that vulnerability is incredibly inspiring. Why? Because it demonstrates that success and strength do not require perfection. It reminds you that everyone is fighting a battle, and yet, they show up anyway. That mutual admission of struggle creates connection and fuels your own fight. Why is this shift in focus so vital? Because you are drowning in a sea of unrelatable perfection. Real transformation happens when you see someone just like you, with a job, a mortgage, and a messy life, achieving great things. These are your neighbors, your colleagues, your family. They are living, breathing proof that excellence is available, today, right here. Your greatest classroom is your current life. Time to put the spotlight on your world. Ask yourself these 3 deep questions. 1. Who is one unassuming person in my life whose quiet consistency I can learn from, and what is the one habit I will borrow? 2. When I am feeling down, where in my environment can I go right now to witness a small act of human resilience? 3. If a stranger were observing my daily life, what act of quiet discipline would they find inspiring in me? The inspiration is all around you. All you have to do is look. If you're ready to start seeing your world differently and unlocking inspiration everywhere, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We post actionable strategies every week to help you fuel your best life.